Hey there, Life Editors! Welcome back to the Life Editor Weekend Virtual Retreat. This is session 2, Depression Productivity, how to get stuff done when you're not well. Thank you so much for joining me today. We had a great session 1, and now we are rocking and rolling through the rest of the retreat. So I hope you will continue to join me all day today. But if this is the first time that you're meeting me, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Sage Grayson, and I'm a former book editor turned life and business coach. I help ambitious women edit their habits, routines, and mindsets to balance their happiness at work and home. Or, as I like to say, I'm a life editor, and so are you. All right, so in this session, we are talking about how to be productive when you're depressed, which is a topic very near and dear to my heart because I have lifelong clinical depression, which I have mentioned many times. We're going to be diving into that. And I want you to stick around because I know a lot of these strategies can help you in whatever is holding you back from getting your work done, whether it is a mental illness or some other kind of health issue that you're dealing with, whether it's mindset stuff, whether it's other distractions. I really think that this session is for everyone, though I am mostly talking about my own story. I still think it's very helpful. All right, so the Life Editor Weekend Virtual Retreat is my annual celebration for my business anniversary. And right now we are celebrating 15 years. 15 years in business as a life and business coach. Oh my goodness. Sometimes I think about that. I'm like, wow, I can't believe I've been doing this for so long. But to celebrate, you know how we do this. To celebrate, I have released the Life Editor Big Bundle, which is a collection of 30 of my digital courses valued at more than $3,000. It is everything that you need to edit your life and business to perfection. And I got the link right here on the page, so you can go check out the Big Bundle. And also the link is in the description for this video. So if you haven't gotten the Big Bundle yet, I gotta let you know it disappears on June 30th. So you've got 2 days, you got 2 days left to get the Big Bundle. So if you've been thinking about it, now is the time to get the Big Bundle. And if any of you are watching and you have the Big Bundle, please leave a comment and share what courses are your favorite in the Big Bundle, or if you have advice about like which things you should watch first based on your goals. We would love to hear what you think about the Life Editor Big Bundle. So right now there are 10 all new courses in it. So it's 30 courses total, but 10 new ones since I released it in December. And just so you know, so it disappears on the 30th and it won't be back again until after Christmas. I'm just saying, if you're thinking about the Big Bundle, now is your time to get it during the Life Editor Weekend Virtual Retreat. All right. All right. Woohoo! Yes, Ree, welcome back. Okay, so as I mentioned in session 1, this is an interactive session. So if you have comments or questions, or you want to share some of your own strategies, please be sure to leave a comment during this live session. And if you are watching the replay, please leave your questions anyway, because I will be coming back and seeing all of your beautiful comments and questions later. So go ahead, if you needed to wait for the replay, go ahead and leave your comments anyway. All right, so let me have some more tea since we're going to be chit-chatting for a while. All right. This session is session number 2, depression productivity, how to get stuff done when you're not well. And I had to think about, like, am I really going to talk about this during the retreat? I'm like, I just got to. I'm trying to be more authentic and more vulnerable. And I really do think that what I share can help many people. But we have a big disclaimer, and I can't believe I have to put this disclaimer at the front of this video, but I'm going to, and I know I'm still going to get like angry comments too, but I'm putting this out there. This session about depression is all about my personal experience with depression. And I talk about what works for me and what doesn't work for me. These are not universal concepts. These are not universal strategies for everyone. These are the things that work for me, and some of them may work for you, whether or not you have depression or any other kind of situation that you're dealing with. Here's my advice. I want you to please consult your own therapist and your own medical healthcare professionals to come up with your own plan so that you can do all the beautiful things that you want to do in your life and live the type of life that you want to live. You do not need to follow what I say. But again, I'm being honest here. These are the things that worked for me and my type of depression. They may or may not work for you. That's my disclaimer. That's my disclaimer, baby. All right, so we're gonna get into it. First, Martina says, "Ooh, got the big bundle! Yay! Lucky me. I'm doing the 60-second marketing at the moment. Yeah, that's one of my favorite ones. So, quick and easy 1-minute marketing techniques because it doesn't take a lot of time to have a successful business. You just gotta do the work and get those little bits of marketing done whenever you can. All right, let's start with some myths that people have about me, Sage Grayson, your coach, your life editor. So people think that I'm some kind of superwoman, that I must have like these mystical powers to get all sorts of stuff done. That I don't know. I'm just like I have more energy or more whatever than anyone else. And that's just not true. I just have to address that because people will say, oh, well, it's easy for you to get stuff done, Sage. You're a Sage. But honestly, I'm a real person. I am a real person with flaws. And I make lots and lots of mistakes. But there's nothing special about me. There's nothing special about me. Myth number 2, that Sage has endless energy all the time. Endless energy. And I totally understand why you would think that because in our Life Editor Awesome Party, which is our client-only Facebook group, our LEAP Facebook group, we do live streams every time we get 100 new people in the group. And our past live streams have been very long. The last one was 4 hours. So I totally understand why you think, well, Sage must have like endless energy to do stuff. Or when you see how much I'm producing, like I said earlier, that I created 22 new paid courses since December. You must think like, she must never sleep. She must have endless energy all the time. And that's just not true. I have my down days too. Actually, I have probably more down days than you think I do. I have a lot of down days. And I know it's hard to like think that because I'm an extrovert and I am like a massive extrovert. I get energy by being around people. So like when I'm doing a live stream like this, I feel more pumped up and I feel more energetic and helps me get through all the content and all the beautiful things that we're sharing. So I can see why you think like, oh, she just like, I don't know, maybe she's just hopped up on caffeine all the time, but that's not true. I do have down days. And actually with my clinical depression, I lose anywhere between 3 to 5 days a month where I literally can't get out of bed. Like I'm so depressed. I'm just not, my brain is not functioning. I'm just feeling really bad about myself and I can't get out of bed and nothing is helping. So about a day a week, I have like a depression day. So don't feel like just because you're seeing me in this retreat and I'm like, woo, let's party, that I just have endless energy. I just don't. I've just learned how to use my energy to my advantage. Oh, you like my dress? Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's Amazon. Maybe I'll put the link in the Facebook group so everyone can check it out. So thank you. Thank you so much, Cheryl. Thanks for being here. Oh, everyone's like, yay, we love the dress. Thumbs up for the dress. And I thought it was very appropriate with my decorations and stuff. And I wear the same like flower crown every year because I'm basic. But yeah. Oh, so Jennifer says, I have 3 to 5 days where I'm unable to do anything. Yeah. I think it for depression, it can show up in lots of different ways, but like definitely for my type of depression, there are days I just can't get out of bed. It's like, it's not happening. So yeah, I think all of us have things that we're struggling with too. And it affects our productivity. The last myth that people have about me is that Sage must have a team of helpers helping her out. There must be like little robots or a whole team of Oompa Loompas or something helping me, getting my products out there, getting my emails out there, like doing all this stuff for me, making my graphics. No. It's literally just me. I know I'm 15 years into my business journey, but I'm still a solopreneur. It's literally just me. So anything they're like, oh, I wonder how Sage does that. Sage does that. So all of my graphics, which I think are delightfully amateurish, but that's me. I do my own graphic design. I do my own blogging. I do my own slides. I record my own videos. I edit my own videos. I mean, anything like this is all me. I'm the one hitting record on these sessions. I have no helpers here. It is literally me. I respond to your emails. It's literally me. I'm the one posting in the Facebook group. It's me. So I don't know. Those are the myths that some people have about me, that I'm superwoman, that I have endless energy, and that I have a whole team helping me. I literally don't. But I'm still able to be productive, even though I have clinical depression. And I just want you to know that like we all have different capacities for how much we can produce, but I think you can still reach your goals and you can still be successful and you can still be productive, whatever that looks like for you, no matter what you are dealing with. It might look different than other people. It might take you longer. You might need to do some different workarounds. I certainly have workarounds to get my stuff done, but I do believe that your goals are valid and worth going for no matter what you are dealing with in your life. Yeah. So Martina says, how do you prepare yourself for doing long online talks? Do you fear it will be on a day when you're low? Well, here's the thing. We're going to talk about this in a moment, is that my type of depression, the symptoms can be lessened when I do something. So if I move, if I exercise, if I go take a shower, it gives me more energy. In the same way as an extrovert, being around people gives me energy. So when I know that I'm going to have like a long live stream or I've got an all day retreat like this, I actually feel really excited about it. And it kind of like pushes my symptoms to the back. Because I know the moment that I get on here and I'm like, friends, life editors, you're here, I like feel so much better. Like you can tell right now, I'm feeling really, really good because I'm feeding off your energy, even through this stream, even through the internet. I'm feeding off of it, and it's making me feel really good and like my best self. So I don't necessarily prepare for long talks. I'm excited for long talks. Or when there's going to be a party with like 50 people, I can't wait to get to that party with 50 people. I've had people tell me I'm an energy vampire, which I think is kind of bitchy, but whatever. When I'm around people, I guess I do. I feed off that energy. It gives me what I need. So people that are like, aren't you exhausted after a party? Aren't you exhausted after an all-day live stream? No, I'm flying. I'm flying. It's the best high in the world. I feel amazing after it. So I guess I don't prepare a lot. I anticipate, and my low days are usually on days when I haven't been around people, or I haven't been interacting with a lot of people, or I haven't been exercising, or I haven't been taking a shower or something. So I try to focus on like getting to those things that I know lift me up, and adding more of those things in my day, like planning to exercise or planning to like have lunch with a friend or something like that. So I can keep up my energy by being around people. Yeah. So Cheryl says, that's amazing, Sage, planning on staying solo. It's so encouraging that, yeah, it's possible. And like, I know that's not for everyone to be 15 years in the game and still a solopreneur. But I earn a healthy six figures. No, I'm not a millionaire coach, but I do live in Los Angeles. So if that tells you anything about the bills I have to pay out here, I do well for myself. But you can still do it as a solopreneur. You don't have to do it at the level that I'm doing. You don't have to put out 22 things in 6 months. But I do believe that there's a balance there. You can still be productive, even if it's just you. And even me, I don't have any graphic design experience. My thumbnails are good enough. They're good enough. My slides are good enough. Like people just want the information out there. They don't want it to be perfect. And I am certainly not perfect. All right. You're not an energy vampire. Listening and watching to your videos gives me energy. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right. So let me talk to you about my depression story before I get into the things that help me when I'm in a depressive episode. So I have lifelong clinical depression. Yes, for you gatekeepers out there. Yes, I have been clinically diagnosed by doctors and medical professionals as having depression. I'm not just pulling this out of the air. And this depression, my specific kind of depression, which might be different from yours or somebody else's, was brought on by long periods of neglect, abuse, and trauma. So I grew up in a very, I'm not going to get into details about this, but a very abusive household, and did not have that loving family that so many people wish for themselves. That was not a part of my childhood. It was very scary and hurtful and frightening. So I have had depression my entire life, which I know, like, I've been tested for everything, and it's weird because like my trauma-based depression, like if that happens to somebody when there's been like a sexual assault or a horrific accident or a car crash or traumatic grief or something like that, when you have trauma-based depression like me, usually it occurs later in life based on a trauma. But when you've had trauma your entire life, it kind of manifests as other people, as other things. And I've had people tell me, "Oh, Sage, you're not depressed, you're bipolar. That's why you have these up days and down days." And I'm like, no, I have literally been tested for everything. I'm not bipolar. I don't have ADHD. I don't have OCD. I don't have any of those other conditions. Like you name it, I've been tested for it. It's depression. It's trauma-based depression, but it's lifelong. That's why they're like, what's the trigger? The trigger is my life. My entire life has been trauma. So it's just always been a part of my life. I just had to come up with different coping mechanisms. I was sad, depressed like my entire life. I survived a suicide attempt at age 15, which I've also been very vocal about too. But I've been suicidal, or had been suicidal, for much of my life. I remember in elementary school being suicidal and just dreaming about death and making plans for my death. But it wasn't until high school until I actually like tried something. So I think depression's just been like a part of my life. And thankfully now, like as an adult, I have different ways to manage my depression better. But I'm realistic here. Like my depression is not going away. I'm just able to manage it. So here's the thing with my trauma-based depression, which again, disclaimer, this is my depression, not yours. Medications don't work on me. You name it. You name it. Any depression medication, any anxiety medication, I have tried it all. The medications don't work on me. And as you can probably guess, it's because there is nothing wrong with my brain. There is nothing wrong with my brain, my other organs, my nervous system. I have no hormonal imbalances. I have no chemical imbalances. There is literally like nothing wrong with my brain and things firing in my brain. And that's why those medications don't work on me, because there's nothing wrong with me. And I know that like people are like, whoa, what are you saying? There's nothing wrong with you. You've got lifelong depression. You've been suicidal. Like there's something wrong with you. Like, yes, but there's nothing physically wrong with me or how my brain, my body functions. There's nothing wrong with my hormones, nothing wrong with my chemicals. I wish there was a magic pill out there that would help me. But the one thing that has helped me is cognitive behavioral therapy. Y'all heard of cognitive behavioral therapy? So basically it's reframing your negative thoughts into positive ones and coming up with coping mechanisms like, no, that thought isn't true. Like, no, you are a good person. Yes, you do have value. And basically it's like, it's changing the way you're thinking to change your behaviors too. So it's a lot of reframing and positive thinking. I know some people are going to be triggered by that. Like you can't think yourself happy or fix yourself. But honestly, with my type of depression, yes, I can. So talking with my therapist, because there's nothing chemically wrong with me or medically wrong with me or whatever, I am literally thinking myself sick. My depression is a psychosomatic illness. There is nothing wrong with me. There's no illness in me. There's no chemical imbalance. There is no like whatever neurons firing improperly. I am thinking myself sick. And maybe you've experienced psychosomatic illness at some point in your life too, or you know somebody else who just kept like thinking that something was going to happen, thinking they're going to be sick, and they just make themselves sick. The mind is powerful, and you can absolutely think yourself sick, which I do on a regular basis. So you could either take that as something that's horrific, like Sage, there's no magic pill, there's no surgery, there's nothing that can help you. Or you can take that as something positive. So I have more control over my life than I think, like I might think at some low points. But if I can think myself sick, I can think myself well. And that's what I do every day. I focus on thinking myself well. And yes, for those of you who are paying attention, that is definitely law of attraction stuff, manifesting stuff, that you can attract into your life what you think about and what you look for. If I'm thinking positive thoughts, I'm going to notice the positive things in my life more. And that's going to make me feel better. That's going to make me feel like there's more positivity in my life. But if I'm thinking about all the bad things, I can easily go down a worry spiral and think, and this bad thing will happen, and this bad thing will happen, and this bad thing will happen, and get lower and lower, making myself sick. So I just want to put that out there. That is my depression story, lifelong clinical depression. Nothing wrong with my brain. I'm thinking myself sick. It's a psychosomatic illness. I've accepted that. And I'm working every day to live my life as best as I can. I'm thinking myself well every single day. And yeah, like maybe one day there will be a magic pill that can alter what you're thinking. But as of right now, there is not. Yeah. So I'm not going to even try to pronounce that. The water experiments, since we are mostly water. Yeah. I know you've seen those experiments where they have like, I don't know, like glasses of water or cups of rice or plants or whatever. And you say nice things to one of them and you say bad things to another one. And the one that you say nice things to, it grows and flourishes. And when you say bad things to, it gets moldy and gross. Google it. There's a million of those experiments. I've seen people do it. We did that in elementary school too. So like your thoughts are powerful. And my thoughts are so powerful that they make me depressed and keep me in bed for at least a day a week. But I mean, I think about that, like what type of person I would be if I didn't have a traumatic childhood, if I was loved and safe as a child. And what would I be? Because I'm a pretty big extrovert right now, and I have lots of like energy and love, and I love putting stuff out there into the world. And I just imagine like, what could I have been like if I didn't have depression too? But I'm doing the best that I can, and every day I'm focusing on the good and putting good stuff out there to the world. Yeah, I just want people to like remember that like depression and suicidal ideation, it doesn't always look like how you think it's going to look like. Like people are like, Sage, how can you be depressed? You're so happy all the time and you're putting these videos out there and you're like this ray of sunshine. Yes, but like that's like on top of everything else that I'm dealing with. Like if you think that depression is someone who's sad or someone you see at work or like online who's like, oh, I'm having a rough day, it's been really tough, like whatever, I don't worry about those people. Those are the people who are actually admitting that they're sad, actually admitting the negative thoughts that they're having, actually reaching out for help. So if you have a sad friend, yes, please comfort that sad friend and talk to them. They're reaching out to you for a reason. And encourage them to continue to talk about their feelings and reach out and be vulnerable. But who you should really worry about are the people who seem like they're never sad and there's never anything wrong. Those are the people who you really need to worry about, the ones who aren't showing that emotion, who are just saying everything's fine, or I'm going to do everything for everyone else. Let's all remember Robin Williams. Did anyone see that coming? I did. I think it's the people who think everything's fine or everything's joyous or this is what I'm putting out into the world, or the people who get so much energy from other people. Like if you find like an extrovert like me who's like at the end of the party, I'm just like, woo, everything's amazing. Everything's amazing. When I'm around people, what is that person like when they're not around people? I get pretty scary when I'm not around people. So I just want to put that out there to everyone is to love up on your friends who are sad, but really, really love up on the ones who aren't sad, who are the mama bear to everyone in the group. Those are the people you got to watch out for. If you go to YouTube, there's tons of videos of compilations of people who took their own lives, who killed themselves, but videos of them in their last day or their last week, and they're all shining, happy, hugging people, enjoying birthday parties, playing sports, doing all that stuff, because suicide ideology doesn't look like being sad. It doesn't look like that at all. So I'm just kind of going off on a tangent here, but as somebody who had been suicidal for most of my life, like like my counselors at school didn't pick it up, my friends didn't pick it up, nobody knew until it happened. So I just want to say, like, I don't know, just because my depression doesn't look like the way you think depression should look like, it's still there. It's still there. Yeah. It's a mindset thing. Absolutely. Oh yeah. Yeah. Thank you. I want people to be more candid about what's going on in their lives. I want people to be more vulnerable. I have certainly become more vulnerable, like lately. Like, I first wrote about my suicide attempt on my blog like 14 years ago, and it's still one of my most popular blog posts. But I've definitely become more vocal about having clinical depression, because I think there's also, I'll say it, there's a lot of gatekeeping out there in the mental health community, in the neurodivergent community. There's a lot of gatekeepers out there who like want to push away people who have depression, and certainly want to push away people like me who have psychosomatic depression, rather than real depression that's based on hormones and chemicals. Like you're just thinking wrong. Like, I want to be more honest about it, because I think like the gatekeepers fucking suck. And I'm calling you out. And I want to be more visible for all the other people who have depression that doesn't look like how depression should look. Yeah, it's made you and grateful that. Oh, thank you. You guys are so sweet. Yeah. A lot of people don't know like what depression looks like, or what suicide thinking looks like. Go hug your happy friends. Go hug your happy friends. Thanks for sharing your story. You are so inspiring, empowering. Past experience really shape us, and I think it really shapes you going you towards being understanding of others. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so next, before I get into what helps me get stuff done when I'm depressed, and some of these things you might already be doing, or they might like really work for you based on whatever it is that you're working on. But you might be wondering, Sage, why do you want to get stuff done while you're depressed? You're depressed. Shouldn't you be taking care of yourself? Why do you want to get stuff done, do your work when you're depressed? I know it seems counterintuitive. Why am I talking about productivity and depression? But as I said before, my type of depression, it works to lessen the symptoms by taking action. So that means exercising, forward movement, checking things off my checklist. Those help me combat the symptoms. It's a lot easier to feel hopeful about the world when I've taken a shower. Let's be honest here. It's a lot easier for me to get more work done when I've sent one email. Like, forward action helps me manage my depression. And inactivity exasperates my depression. So if I stay in bed for days on end and I'm not eating, or I'm eating poorly, and I'm not showering, and I'm watching trash shows, or I'm reading about awful things in the world, that's only going to make me more depressed. It's that downward spiral. Like, if I keep seeing the bad, if I keep indulging in the bad, I'm just going to get more and more and more of that, law of attraction stuff. But if I take the first step to do something like brush my hair and take a shower and put on clean clothes and walk in the sunshine, all of that stuff makes it a lot easier to manage my depression. I will say also, when I had my dog died almost 2 years ago, and it was a lot easier to manage my depression when I had my dog. just because I had to get outside every day and take care of her and love up on her and play with her. It was like a lot easier for me to do what I needed to do when I had somebody with me. I'm not at a place right now to get a dog, but I would say something like if you have someone like a buddy or a friend or kids or spouse or something like that, I have none of those things. So some days it's hard. That's why I rely on you lovely life editors and being active with my friends too, because that can help me keep moving forward. Okay. So one other thing is going back to law of attraction stuff is when I was in corporate and I was a book editor, I will never forget this one editor. I'll just call her Debbie Downer because I don't remember her. Oh, I do remember her name, but we'll just call her Debbie Downer. And every day it was a new calamity with her. Like her kids were mad at her. Her car broke down. She spilled coffee all over herself. I remember this one time she found a Band-Aid in a hamburger she was eating. It was just like, oh, it was this endless stream of negative stuff. And she bitched about it to everyone in the office. Here's the next awful thing that happened to me. You won't believe what happened to me today. And not surprisingly, this Debbie Downer kept attracting more and more and more bad things to her. I wanted to tell her, like, just stop complaining about your life and focus on the good things, and you'll attract more good things to you. And like, just by focusing on all that bad, it was just one bad thing after another, after another, after another. And I can't live like that. So I have a gratitude journal. I write in every day and I try really hard to focus on the good things in my life. And this is not toxic positivity, like whatever. This is actually focusing on the good things. You'll get more good things. If you want more help thinking positively, then you're going to love my courses, Law of Attraction for Skeptics and Here and Happy. Both of those are in the Life Editor Big Bundle, which you can get now until Sunday. just gotta work that promotion in there. Awesome. Okay, we ready for some strategies? Yeah, totally, Reese. She was the energy vampire. Nobody wanted to be around her when she was just like sucking everyone dry with her negativity. Okay, so I have 6 strategies that I use to get stuff done when I'm depressed because I want to get stuff done. I don't like being depressed. I am a highly ambitious person and I love getting things done. So for my type of depression, I know what works for me and how to combat the symptoms so I can get stuff done. So let me know if any of these strategies have worked for you for whatever you're dealing with. All right. So the first strategy that helps me get stuff done when I'm depressed is to set up a realistic time budget. Who knows what a time budget is? You've taken the Edit My Life Planner course, you know what a time budget is. Yeah. So I need to be absolutely honest about how much time I have. So for my clients, we set up time budgets and we work in 12-week plans. That may work for you, that may not work for you, but for many of my clients, 12-week plans are the sweet spot where it's short enough to feel urgent, but long enough to see sustained results. So you can get the Edit My Life Planner for more advice about 12-week planning. Anyway, part of that is creating your time budget. So just like a money budget where you need to allocate where your funds go, you need to allocate where your time goes. So imagine you've got 3 calendars in front of you for the next 3 months, let's say July, August, September, because we're halfway through the year. Then I want you to take a pen or do it online, however you want to do it, and cross off all of the days where you will not be working on your goals, whatever your goals are, business goals, health goals, money goals, whatever it is. So you might not work on the weekends, maybe, or maybe you don't work on holidays, or maybe when your kids have something, you're not going to get work done there, or maybe you know you're going on a vacation or whatever it is. You cross off all those days in your 3 months, the next 3 months. And then if you have some kind of chronic condition like I do, like I have clinical depression, I lose, let's say 5 days a month for my depression, then I cross off 5 days at the end of every month. So 1, 2, 3 for next 3 months, 5 days at the end of every month. And you cross those days off at the end of the month because I don't know what day I'll be depressed. One of my clients has chronic migraines, but she doesn't know when she's going to get a migraine. So we can't put it on the specific day that's going to happen. So we put them at the end. And if you use those days, fine, take care of your health. If you don't use those days, it becomes a buffer. So you're actually working ahead of schedule. And then look at the next 3 months. And most people will tell me, oh, Sage, I've got 90 days to reach my goals. I've got 3 months. I've got so much time to reach my goals. But when you actually do a proper time budget, most of my clients have somewhere around 20 to 25 days. You do not have 90 days to get your work done, not even close. And then even within those days, you're not working 24/7. You might only have an hour or less to work on your goals every day. So think about that. Maybe in the next 90 days, you think you got 90 days to do your goals, but you might only have 25 days, or at worst, 25 hours to work on your goals. So I do a time budget so that I can be really, really honest about my time. And if I think I might only have whatever, X number of days, let's say I've got 10 days this month, I got 10 days in July to work on my goals, that means I need to be really strategic with what I work on. I'm not going to waste time scrolling on social media. I'm not going to waste time doing things that don't actually lead to money. I'm not going to, I don't even know what it would be. I'm not going to waste time reading everyone else's courses and watching other people's videos. I only have limited time, and I might have even less time. Who knows? So I've got to use my time wisely and focus on the things that move me closer to my goals. And a realistic time budget can do that. Yeah. So is everybody familiar with the time budget? Again, it's in the Edit My Life Planner, which is in the big bundle, which you should all buy. So Zara says, I have the Life Editor Big Bundle and I signed up for the accountability calls. Woo! We're so happy to have you. Yeah. Every Monday, we do our accountability calls for Goodbye 9 to 5, which is included in the Life Editor Big Bundle. The calls are extra, but the Goodbye 9 to 5 program is in there. So we would love to see you every Monday being accountable with us. That's a great way for me to combat my depression too, is being accountable to other people. Yeah. Yay. Woohoo! Pride heart. Awesome. I know what I'm consuming tonight. The Edit My Life Planner. Like I told you guys this before, it sells every single day. I made the Edit My Life Planner during the pandemic 5 years ago. And it took me less than 8 hours to do. Put it up there. I have not added anything to it. I have not updated any of the videos. I have not added new worksheets or anything. And it sells every single day. We're going to be talking about daily sales in another session, but this is what I want for everyone. Having that steady stream of passive income really helps me with my depression because I don't feel like I have to hustle all the time. I can take breaks and I can take days off because I know the money is still coming in. Okay. Number 2 strategy is I break things down into 1-minute tasks. And I use apps I use Todoist, and actually right now I'm using an app called Llama Life. Yes, like the animal, like a llama. It's LLAMA Life, where I can break down my projects into teeny little tasks. So if you remember from the Edit My Life Planner, you've got your big goals at the top, and the goals are made up of projects, and your projects are made up of little tasks. And then everything you do at a daily level, the tasks that you're doing at a daily level, they must directly lead to a project that directly leads to a goal. So if I'm I don't even know, posting on Pinterest, does that actually get me closer to my goal of earning money? Maybe not. What's the project there? Promotion? I don't know. But applying for a bundle actually does grow my list and actually does get me more super fans. It all leads from tasks, projects, and goals, leads up to that apex. So I break everything down into 1-minute tasks because it makes it a lot easier for me to get my work done when I don't know what my energy is going to be like. And this brings me to a question that we had sent in ahead of time. Cheryl, this is your question. Cheryl's my vegan twin buddy. Cheryl and I are both vegans, so we have lots of the same beliefs. So she's my buddy. So she sent in, maybe if you can give some examples for how to break down a project into 5 to 10 minute tasks. You've mentioned breaking down your blog posts into 70 tasks. I struggle to do this. Yeah. So I have mentioned this before. When I write a blog post, I have 70 tasks. And you might be thinking holy moly, what have I been doing with my blog posts? But again, this is a coping mechanism for me with my depression, that I break down my tasks into the smallest possible length of time so that there's no inertia. There's nothing holding me back from doing it. So what's the first task? Turn on my laptop. Is that too granular for you? I need it. On my worst days, I need it. I need to be like, okay, I'm going to turn on my laptop. Okay. Like, at least I did that. At least I did that. So you got to take your wins where you can get them. Then when I'm continuing to work on my blog post, some of the smaller tasks are open Google Drive, create a new Google Doc, type the topic at the top. So I'm doing these teeny tiny things so I can inch forward. And sometimes I can finish all 70-ish tasks for like a blog post or whatever my other projects might be. But it helps me not overwhelm myself. So I'm just doing a teeny tiny task at a time, inching forward. Those little baby steps are how I get things done. I have to take little baby steps because if the next task is too big, it won't get done. So I've shared this story before, but I had a client and she was having trouble getting started and getting things done. I'm like, okay, just show me your to-do list. Show me your to-do list and we'll go over it. And so she showed me her to-do list. It was a lot of like mundane things like send that email or do that chore or whatever. And then on her to-do list, her daily to-do list, it was write my novel. And I'm like, excuse me, write my novel is more than one step. So no wonder she wasn't making any progress on her writing because the next step was too big. It was too big. So you want to break it down even smaller. Like if you're writing a novel, you've got to like brainstorm all the characters. What's their motivation? You got to outline all the chapters. You've got to have that rising and falling action. You got to think about your marketing plan. There's like a million things to do. So you got to break it down, break down your goals into projects and tasks. Again, the planner can help you do this. But so I do that. So I have like a lot of the same tasks I do over and over again, like do a blog post, do a video, send an email. And I have all those tasks written out underneath the project name. I can just duplicate that project every time that I need to do it. So I'm not starting from scratch every time. So I recommend that if you have projects that you do over and over again, create a course, those types of things, or meal plan for the week, like whatever your goals are, just copy and paste those checklists over and over again. And get as granular as you can. So for most people, 5 to 10 minute tasks are enough for you to keep going without burning out. But for people like me who have depression or maybe some other kinds of symptoms that you're dealing with or other kinds of issues, for me, I do 1 minute tasks, 1 minute tasks. Yeah, Cheryl, I know you can absolutely break down your projects a little bit more granular. And I know it's going to sound ridiculous. Like, really? Turn on my laptop, step one? I need that. I need that some days. Some days. Absolutely. Yeah. If you would like some of my checklists, please join Goodbye 9 to 5 because I have like 60 plus checklists in there of different projects that I do from marketing to blog creation, lots of stuff in there. Okay. So number 3 strategy is I aim for good enough. And I always focus on done is better than perfect. And I think this applies to everyone. So I put stuff out there. Like I've said, I put out content and courses that are kind of messy. They've got typos. The recording's a little weird, whatever. I put it out there because done is better than perfect. People just want the information. They don't care if there's a typo in my slides. They don't care if my hair looks perfect. I send emails almost every single day. And a lot of times there's typos in that. And you guys love pointing them out. I get it. The further that I'm away from book editing, the more loosey-goosey my writing becomes. So I was a book editor for 10 years, and now I've been a coach for 15 years. So yeah, my editing leaves much to be desired. But I don't resend my emails if there's typos. If there's formatting issues, if there's typos, I don't care. I don't resend that. I'm a human being, and I'm allowed to be a human being. I only resend my emails if there's a link broken or if like the link didn't redirect properly or whatever, because that's important. You need to get to wherever my links are sending you. But I don't care about typos anymore. Ree says, my personal motto, take messy, imperfect action because done is better than imperfect. So move fast and break things. I love that. Move fast and break things. Yeah, you got to put stuff out there imperfectly. Yeah, I think we're all recovering perfectionists here. Done is better than perfect. Done is better than perfect. People just want the info. So just get the info out there. In my 2-day product producer in the big bundle, teaches you how to get over yourself and just get the information out there. All right, moving on. Number 4 is I follow my energy. I follow my energy and I use it or I'll lose it. So I have to work when I have energy and I rest when I don't have energy. So again, in the mornings, I have lots of energy. So I use that time. Or I'm having a good day. For whatever magical reason, I'm having a good day. I've got to use that energy. I can't scroll on social media on a good day. I can't spend 5 hours reading on a good day. I've got to get my work done that leads me closer to my goals. So whatever that means, if I got the energy, I got to shower. If I got the energy, I got to make some meals. If I've got the energy, I've got to exercise. If I got the energy, I got to create content. I can't I don't know, watch Bridgerton all day on a good day. I've got to follow my energy. If you want more help on following your energy, please take a look at Fix It Fast. That's in the Life Editor Big Bundle. One thing I was noticing is that about following my energy, I think if you look at my everything page at sagegrayson.com, I was scrolling through it the other day and I'm like, it's very evident that whoever runs this business, me, has energy issues. I think it's very, very obvious if you scroll through my everything page that something's wrong with this lady's energy. She must have energy usage issues, because so many of my products have to do with monitoring your energy and taking advantage of the energy when it's there. So for some examples, I have many courses that have to deal with 60-second wins or doing something in a minute or less. So I've got Startup in 60, which is how to build your business in 1 minute a day. I've got what we talked about, the 61-minute marketing strategies. So knocking out your marketing in a minute a day, 1 minute manifester, 1 minute mompreneur, and how to run a successful business in 1 minute a day. So if you look at that, they're like, this lady has some energy issues. I think that's pretty obvious. So I do focus on 1 minute wins, and I put that into my courses too. Whether or not you need to get things done in a minute, it also breaks through your excuses. So I have plenty of people, I made Startup in 60 because I was mad at my clients. Does that sound bad? But I did. I made the entire Startup in 60 course. The first version of it came out in 2015, and it's been updated several times since then. But I made it because too many of my clients were telling me that I don't have time to run a business. I don't have time to do this. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you. So I made an entire course where you can build a business from scratch and be earning money in 60 days by only doing 60 seconds of work a day. That sounds really spiteful now that I think about it, but it sells. It's one of my most popular offerings. So I guess people get it. But here's the thing: if you've got time to pee, you got time to run a business. So that's why a lot of my courses are like that too. Also, I work a lot about automations, because if I'm going to be stuck in bed all day, I want to make sure that the robots are doing the work for me and I'm still getting paid, even though if I'm in bed all day. So I've got automated courses like Generation Automation, 50 Simple Sales Multipliers, evergreen email sequences for endless sales, the 2-day product producer, daily sales on autopilot. All of those are automation courses. So I don't know. I find that very interesting. If anyone could look at my everything page and be like, this chick has depression. She's got energy problems, man. Because I look at other people's everything pages and I'm like, huh. But you know the saying, we teach what we need to learn. And I absolutely teach what I need to learn. Okay, few more things. And then I got another break before the next session. Strategy number 5, I am upfront about my struggles. Maybe I haven't always been upfront. I've always been upfront about my suicide attempt, but I never been as upfront about my depression as I have been lately. But I wish more business leaders were more honest about everything. I wish more business owners were honest about everything. I wish they were more honest about their struggles. I wish they were more honest about their mental health issues. I wish they were more honest about what they're earning and how much they work, how much they see their kids or whatever. I think it could only help us by being more honest about what it really takes to run a business or to be successful in anything, whatever you're doing, paying off debt or getting healthy. I just think if you're more upfront about your struggles, you can help more people. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Is it embarrassing? Sometimes. Do people call me out on it? All the time. Do people say hateful, nasty things to me on the internet? Constantly. But I guess I'm too old to care anymore. I guess here's the thing, like, excuse me, which brings me to strategy 6. So let me get into that, is that I forgive myself and I move forward. So I make mistakes constantly. I make mistakes all the time. But I'm still going to put my work out there. I'm still going to show up imperfectly because my life is too precious to waste. So as someone who has survived a suicide attempt and who has gotten out of some horrific trauma-based experiences and made it to the other side and is continuing to fight for my life every single day, my entire life is a gift. Like every moment that I have now is a gift. So I'm going to use it. And I'm not going to worry what people think about me, or I'm not going to worry like, oh, my hair looks weird. My hair always looks weird. Or I'm not going to worry about how I sound on video or what people think about me, being honest about who I am as a person. I just think like I need to forgive myself. I need to move forward, and only good can come from this. If people don't get it, then they don't get it. But I'm not going to waste my life trying to please other people. Like every moment I have is too precious for that. Yeah. No more F's. We got no more F's. It's also exhausting. It's majorly exhausting. Yeah. If you've got to use AI, help yourself out, lady. So I have a love-hate thing with AI. It certainly has helped me get like some product names or whatever. But a lot of my courses were made before ChatGPT or AI was readily available. So people are like, oh, 50 simple sales multipliers, or oh, 60 1-minute marketing. Like, you must have ChatGPT that shit. And I'm like, no, I made it before ChatGPT. That is literally from my brain. And I think another reason why I do these live streams is because I want people to see me thinking on my feet so that they know my stuff is not AI generated. Like what I use AI for is coming up with like titles and stuff. But I think also because this is literally what I went to school for. I have a journalism degree and I'm a former editor, that I can think on my feet a lot. If that's not you, then embrace that and get the help where you need it. But I don't know. I think it's probably me as an editor that makes me kind of like bristle when people say, oh, your stuff is all AI. I'm like, no, it's not. It's from my brain. It's from my brains, baby. My imperfect brains. Okay, so let me just quickly recap. These are the things that help me get stuff done with depression. So I set up a realistic time budget. I break everything down into 1-minute tasks. I aim for good enough and focus on done is better than perfect. I follow my energy. That's use it or lose it. I'm upfront about my struggles, and I forgive myself and move forward. I would love to hear your strategies for getting stuff done, whether you have depression or any other kind of situation. So please remember to leave a comment, even if you are watching the replay. I would love, love, love to see your comments. And before I let you go, you lovely life editors, this is just a reminder to grab your copy of the Life Editor Big Bundle, which is available for the next 2 days. You got 2 days, people, and then it's gone. And then it's gone. It is a massive collection of 30 of my digital courses, valued at more than $3,000. You get it for 90% off. And it's everything that you need to edit your life and business to perfection. And there's 10 new courses in it since the last time I released it after Christmas. Again, it's not coming back until after Christmas. So if you want it, now is your chance to get it. So the link is right here on the screen and it's in the description for this video. I would love for you to come and join us in Goodbye 9 to 5, which is included in the Life Editor Big Bundle. So if you're interested in earning a full-time income with your business, we would love to see you there too. Awesome. And if any of you have the Big Bundle, please leave a comment and share what you're watching next or any insights that you've had from any of the video courses. All right. Life Editor, thank you so much for being here for this session. This has been Depression Productivity, how to get stuff done when you're not well. I hope that me sharing my story has been helpful for you. And I would absolutely love to hear your strategies and tips. I think we can all help each other. All right, so we've got another session coming up at the top of the hour. So I'm going to end this one and I will see you in just a few minutes. All right, thanks.